doing? Darla DeGrande here, and I'm excited to jump right into this content because if you know me at all, you know that I can talk a lot because I have so much passion and excitement about what I know and a lot to say about it. This video lesson is going to be on the topic of send out cards. Not only the company send out cards, but why I use it as a service to be a customer, and why I also chose to do it as a referral partner as a business. And like a lot of people, I was skeptical and I was reluctant, and let me tell you why. Not because it's a multi-level marketing business, but because it's about cards. I wasn't sending cards when I was introduced to send out cards. I was long over that with my salon days because I sent so many cards in my salon world to grow it to the size that it was. We had 16,000 clients by the time after 19 years came, and we built the foundation of that from the very beginning of time. Before technology, before social media, we used to handwrite cards. So I was pretty burnt out on cards. But here's what happened. A friend of mine at the time kept telling me, you got to take a look at this company, send out cards. You got to take a look at this company, send out cards. And I kept pushing him away and pushing him away until one day he kind of tricked me into sending a card. And he had a barbecue, invited us over, and he said, come on, let's just send a card. And so I did. I sent a card. And who else did I send it to but my mother? Because that was the only address that I knew at the time was my mother's and my own. And so I put some pictures on the card of Bella and our family, and I sent it to my mom, and on with the barbecue we went, and I completely forgot about the card. So a few days, 3 or 4 days later, my mother calls me, and she's literally in tears. And she's asking me about this card, and I'm like, what are you talking about? And then it hit me. Oh my gosh, the card that I sent her. And it was at that moment that I realized the value and the power behind that card. My mom at the time was 80 years old. She doesn't have a cell phone. She doesn't have social media. I can't text her a picture. She doesn't see us on Facebook like most people. It was at that point that it hit me how disconnected I was with my mother and how she doesn't see us. And I get chills telling the story again because how much it means to me. These types of things keep her connected to the family. And you know, nothing means more to an elder and a grandparent than family. My mom lives hours away from us and we only see her a few times a year, and it hit me, wow, this is powerful. So for that reason only was I going to use this as a service so I could stay in touch with my mother and my family. These are pictures that are already on my phone. All I did is drop them in and hit send, very much like you would make a post or send a text. Instead of just sending the picture from social media phone to social media phone, I send it to her in the mail. When I hit send from my phone, it goes straight to her mailbox. I don't print this. I don't stuff it in an envelope, and I don't put the stamp on it, and I don't mail it. The company does it all for me. So for me, talk about why I did this as a business. First of all, this may be a surprise for a lot of people, and it would have been for me too many years ago, but it's because it's M.L.M. It's network marketing. I am an entrepreneur, and I used to be a salon owner, and I had 5 high-end hair salons with 49 employees, and we serviced 16,000 clients, and I understood leverage. I had 49 sets of these things, hands, working for me to create my, whatever you want to call it, as wealth, okay? I made millions of dollars off of people's hands working on customers. But in that type of situation, I was never going to be able to retire. I couldn't travel the world. I couldn't hold my child if my hands had to be in somebody else's hair in order to create income. And I never got to go on vacations and spend weekends and stuff like that because I had to be present in order to oversee the whole process of traditional business, okay? That's leverage. And it wasn't until 10 years ago, maybe almost 11 years ago now, did I learn about residual income. And once I learned about residual income, I was able to reinvent my life and learn how to make a different type of money, a money that allowed me to be free, hands-free. When you combine leverage, which is the efforts of other people's hands working for you, and residual income, which is money that pays you over and over and over again, then you can create true time freedom. It gives you the ability to be a present parent. It gives you the ability to live anywhere you want to live in the world, to travel in abundance. It gives you early retirement, okay? You can create that. I learned the power and the value of residual leveraged income later in life. And that's why I'm very passionate today to teach it to young people so that they can save all those decades of time to learn it and live life instead of work life. Okay, so my eyes know how to spot today the way something pays. And so that's why I chose to do this as a business. Number one is because it's in the arena of network marketing, multi-level marketing, direct sales, whatever you want to call it. Those are all part of an industry. As a matter of fact, it's the second highest paid industry in the world. The first highest paid industry is professional league sports. They are the ones that get paid the most amount of money per individual person. So one individual person can make hundreds of millions of dollars playing a sport. We all know that. But look what it takes in order to get to that point. It takes a lot of work, a lot of commitment, and a lot of pain. And let's face it, most of us don't have that gift or that talent or that ability to work so hard to achieve that point. But they deserved it, they earned it, they're the highest paid people on the planet. Second highest paid people on the planet are network marketers. The industry of network marketing produces more millionaires than any other industry. So in professional league sports, you can make the most millions as a single person, but in the world of network marketing, more millionaires. So you're making less millions per person, but there's more of you making millions. You can break bones over here. It's never been recorded anywhere that I've ever heard of that somebody broke a bone or got hurt or punched or a black eye or had to ice down after, doing something for network marketing. Nor do they need to invest any type of skills into a degree or get a diploma for something or learn anything like that, and they can make money instantly. Where over here it takes years and years and years of practice and time to be able to make money. And here you can make money right out of the gate of network marketing. And also unlimited income potential, meaning you can work as hard as you want. I have a great work ethic. It's just something I was raised with. So if you have a great work ethic, network marketing could be for you. If you just want to make a few $1,000s on the side of what you do, network marketing can work for you. If you want to raise your own children, network marketing can work for you. If you want to make money from home, network marketing can work for you. If you want to be able to make money so that you can travel the world and not have to live in the same town, network marketing can work for you. So I am a huge fan of network marketing. And I didn't always used to be that way. I used to be a skeptic, and I used to warn people away from this industry because I was not educated on it. And now I work really hard to be loud, almost like I'm making up for everything that I talked about bad about this industry before I was educated on it when I was ignorant. So I'm doing a lot of making up to let people know that people like I used to be did them harm and fed their mind full of false information. I'm here to prove to you that if this girl can do it, anybody can do it, okay? I am an entrepreneur, which means I make my money from multiple streams of income. Employees make their money from a paycheck, usually one, maybe two if they have a full-time and a part-time job. Some people 3 or 4 if they have a bunch of part-time jobs and little gigs on the side. I'm an entrepreneur. I believe in making multiple streams of income from units of distribution. I understand all that, okay? And so this, for me, was another one of those. It was another. How do you get from someone's head to their heart? This is when you're a salesman. This is when you're a friend. People do business with people they know, like, love, and trust that are right here in their heart. Think about it. When you need to get your car fixed, do you go open the yellow pages or do you ask a friend, hey, where do you go to take your car? The people that are going to refer you are the ones that you've made to feel like you appreciate them and you value their friendship. Master the art of human connections and you will attract an abundance of opportunity, referrals, friends, and love into your life. I literally have friends who are engaged and getting married because they sent someone a nice to meet you card. It was thank you for meeting me. Regardless if we do business together, it was a pleasure to meet you. It is amazing what that does. And the reason why is because it releases dopamine. Dopamine is the love chemical. Dopamine is the one thing that's missing so much in our world today. There are people out there that have not heard I love you or I appreciate you or had a touch or a hug in years. They don't have anybody around them to make a personal connection. And that's what these cards do. These cards are simply the vehicle that carry you, your message, your heart, and your love into theirs. This is something that gets opened 100% of the time. People open cards because it is something psychological, that it's not a bill and it's not a collection notice and it's not spam or junk mail. Oh my gosh, what is it? Am I being invited to something? You know? And when they open it to see this, it's a burst of emotion that takes you from your head to your heart. And so you don't need to use these to sell. Givers gain. When you give of yourself to others and you lift them up and you inspire them, it creates the law of reciprocity, which what you put out, you get back, and it comes back to you in abundance. You can take this product that provides a service, which is a tool, and you can apply it to what you do in business so that you can appreciate and attract. In network marketing, in direct sales, in sales of any kind, for example, cell phones and Dish Network, I had to wait for people's contracts to come up and I had to convince them to switch providers. Okay, that took a lot of time and effort. And I had to go to the people in order to do my presentations to convince them of why they wanted to do that, so that they would do me a favor. I was going to, in return, help them save some money. And that's sales, and that's okay. Then in health and wellness, I had to be somewhat of a doctor. I had to learn ingredients. I had to buy a lot of samples. I had to ship samples if they didn't live near me, which cost a lot in postage. And a lot of times people wouldn't even open the product and take it because they weren't sure what was in the can. They didn't know the ingredients. And it's just part of that industry. And so here in send out cards, the cards do the work. This does the work for me. When I send a card to somebody, this is going to do the home event. This is the one-on-one. This is me going into somebody else's living room and into their heart. And so therefore, it creates the emotion that makes them get it. I got it. Now let's talk about the product. This product, it's a service that allows you to be able to appreciate other people. It's a service that allows you to celebrate your customers or your family or your friends. And so therefore, it's something that goes to the customer instead of the customer having to come to you. Let me give you a little example. Your top 3% of people in sales are already handwriting thank you cards. They're already doing it. They already understand the art of gratitude and appreciation. So when I get to show them a way to be able to do it easier, more affordably, and to more people with a system that will keep in touch with those people for them. If you're in sales, you come from the old school days of I want my stuff in my own handwriting. I handwrite my cards, and that's good. However, when you can put a picture of that person's family, their house, their car, their dog, their children, or them on that card with your own handwriting, because you can put your own handwriting on these cards as well, that card doesn't end up in the trash. That card is now 100% more powerful than the handwritten card that does end up in the trash. They will not throw it away. It'll end up on a wall or in a picture frame. This is a picture of my mom and me and my daughter. 3 generations. I took this for Mother's Day, posted it on Facebook. When I got home from visiting my mom, this was in the mail in a box. And when I opened it, I cried. And I didn't cry when I took the picture originally. You know why? Because there was no tangible touch and dopamine that was released when I did it originally. However, when it came to me in the mail, because my friend Jordan Adler sent it to me along with the frame, because this company has hundreds of gifts as well that you can attach to any card. This company is a love and emotion company. It's a celebration company. Gives you the ability to send a baby gift, a wedding gift, a mourning gift, a loss, new home, congratulations gift, a birthday gift. It's got all kinds of gifts that you can send. You'll never have to go to the store. Saves you time and money. That card touched me emotionally. I have that, I think of him every day because I have that setting up where I can see it every day. This is a product that people use regardless of success. We live in a technology world and it's constantly being reinvented. Send out cards has made the impossible possible. The impossible is being able to create a card, whether it's a birthday card or anniversary card, put pictures in it with high quality paper, very, very high quality, and from the couch on your phone or at your desk from a computer in a couple of minutes, be able to have that card on the way to somebody's mailbox where they're going to take it out of an envelope and have it in their hand. Send out cards has made the impossible possible. Another thing that I love about this company is that the type of people that send cards are a certain type of people. They're givers gain type of people. They're the people that understand the philosophy of give first, receive second. Give in abundance, receive in abundance. They're selfless, not selfish. They like to give. They like to lift people up. And so therefore, you are surrounded by like-minded people that are all about caring about each other and helping each other and inspiring each other, and it raises your vibration. Now let me tell you what it does to the rest of your world, okay, to your universe. You will not hear, do not send me a picture of my family. You won't hear that. And if you do, there's a personal problem going on that had nothing to do with the card, okay? That's a personal issue between the two of you. Another thing that you won't ever hear is it gave me a rash, it made me upset to my stomach, or I haven't opened it yet. In my last companies, I rarely would answer my phone if I didn't recognize the number. I sent it to voicemail. Or I would wait a little while before I woke up in the morning to check my messages. Because in traditional business, whether it's a hair salon, whether it's a network marketing company or a direct sales company, it doesn't matter. You've got the people that don't like their haircuts, their color is wrong, they got a rash, their product came empty, their stuff exploded, you know, all those things. Chills. There they go again. My hairs stand up when I talk about this company because what it really does. My phone is full on a daily basis, and all of that comes with energy, and that energy is positive, which raises your vibration, which causes you to have a better day, to be able to fly higher and to be what's called high on life, because you know that you have a tool in your pocket that allows you to be able to make people feel this way. It's the best feeling ever. The best part about this business, when I die, people don't stop doing this. People don't stop sending cards. They don't. As a matter of fact, they'll probably send more because they're going to send my family cards. That was kind of dark, but it was funny, but you get my point? The paychecks still drop from all those accounts I've set up all over the world. All those businesses and all those stay-at-home moms, all those mortgage lenders and realtors and hairdressers and pet people and all those network marketers and every company under the rainbow I have in my business. Because why? They deal with people and they understand the value of relationships. When somebody else starts a company like this to try and compete with what we have, here's what they don't realize. The equipment in this company costs millions of dollars. Imagine all the printing presses and the inks and the papers and the toners and the folding machines and the stuffing machines and the sorting machines. I've been there, I've seen it with my eyes. It is a huge undertaking. No one out there has an unlimited card sending program where you can send heartfelt cards unlimited all over the world for free. Last month, I sent 40 cards to a friend of mine. I'm in San Diego, he's in Canada, for free, including postage. He was so overwhelmed with emotion because they were pictures of his 2-year-old daughter. A bunch of pictures like this that I sent him to be able to hang all over the wall and to sit and open with his daughter. It was a gift for me to him and it cost me nothing. Now imagine being able to flood somebody with cards of love about themselves. It's a gift. Send Out Cards is the #1 customer to the U.S. Post Office. Nobody sends more first-class mail than Send Out Cards. That's huge credibility. And that's because we send tens and tens of thousands of cards a day. In the holidays, we send over 1 million cards a day for the holidays, and the gifts into the millions. Let me talk to you about retention. When I was going to look for my next network marketing company, I wanted to find a company that was going to have a product that the customer would stay on for a long time. I wanted to have a company that didn't have a lot of saturation and a lot of competition, because people go from company to company to company. And here in Send Out Cards, the competition comes and goes quickly. There's no competitors that have been able to stay open long enough to be able to compete with us. That's because of the huge customer base, the revenue that's already coming back into the company, the ability to be able to have the overhead driven down really low, to have the systems perfected. And most recently, because this is a 15-year-old company, it came out before social media. So it was like a dinosaur. But most recently, they just did a $10 million overhaul. So we're like a new car. Okay, think about that. Putting $10 million into a 15-year-old company is like having a new car, a new company, a new business. And what it allowed them to do is change a lot of things by making it modern. You can now be in Send Out Cards for free. If you want to just pay for each card as you send it, you can. And you can go all the way up to being a big business owner where you send thousands of cards and really drive your price down by buying a plan that allows you to be able to send thousands of cards. There's something in between for everyone. But one thing that they have that is incredibly unique, that is changing the vibration of the world, is an unlimited heartfelt card single send plan. I love it. And let me tell you why. It allows you to every day do a random act of kindness. Send out one card to somebody to tell them how much you love them, how much you appreciate them, celebrate their birthday, say I'm sorry, you know, do something that puts a positive vibration out in the world. Feed your gratitude pipeline. Do it once a day. Do it twice a day. Do it 3 times a day. Do it 4 times a day, 5 times a day, 10 times a day. If you're sick laying in bed, do it. If you're injured, do it. If you're off work, do it. If you're unemployed, do it. Just do it. It takes a minute or 2 to be able to send a card. Turn off your TV and start sending cards, and let me tell you what'll happen. Opportunities, referrals, friends, and love come through people. It'll blow your mind. And you can do this unlimited for no extra cost, including the postage all over the world. Send as many individual heartfelt send cards as your heart can desire, including the postage, anywhere in the world that the postman goes. And sit back and watch what happens as those start landing in mailboxes. I can't recommend it enough. Another great thing is the inventory. If you're gonna have a business, you have to have an inventory, right? Well, this is my inventory. When I carrying this one, my friend Pat from Canada made this for us. This is a jumbo card, if you can tell. Jumbo, jumbo, jumbo. And it's filled with pictures from our European vacation. And look at this stock. It's so heavy stock. So jumbo card, 3-panel card. This is a card that I made that talks about relationships and that sort of stuff. Okay, you can put pictures inside of it. 2-panel card, which is your regular Hallmark card. 1-panel card. This is Grandpa is my Valentine. Bella sent this to my dad. It's her kissing a snowman and her writing him a little Valentine's Day message. Teach this to your children. When you teach this to your children, if they want to run for president one day, they won't even have to go out and campaign. You can do campaigns, not presidential campaigns. So I sent out about 900 of these to people that I appreciate, with a little tip inside and a little message, thanking them for the role that they play in our life. Here's another little example of one of my friends who is a art manager of an art gallery. That's what it is. And so I helped her in a few minutes create this card that she sent out to all of her customers for 2019. You know, to be able to do this is at the click of a button and have it printed stuff stamped allows you to be able to maintain your network. And it comes with a system that allows you to send out birthday cards, anniversary cards, special events. I put everybody in groups, and like mothers, all my mothers are in a group, all my fathers are in a group. Come Mother's Day, I send all my mothers a Mother's Day card. Father's Day, I send all my fathers a Father's Day card. And I work on doing this because why? My relationships are my network. My network is my net wealth. I did a post a couple weeks ago that said, would you rather have $1 million or 1,000,000 friends? And I was surprised at how many people said they'd rather have $1 million. Well, I want to tell you that $1 million is not a lot of money. I've made millions of dollars in multiple different work on relationships. Because what you don't see now is when you're 85 years old like my father, or 83 like my mother, and you have no friends because you didn't work on building relationships, you worked. You worked, and 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 you missed living, and you missed building relationships, and you're all alone when you're old. There's no one visiting you. There's no one calling you. You don't want that. Build relationships so that you can, at the drop of a phone call, have somebody come to you. At your funeral, is it going to be a few people, or is it going to be standing room only? Standing room only can happen to those who give a piece of their self to the world, give a piece to others, make a connection, create human connections. I want to talk about two things when it comes to the comp plan in this company. First of all, this is network marketing, which means that it's going to pay anywhere between 42 to 55% to the field. Business is business. It can't pay you much more or else it'll be out of business. There needs to be profits. And in network marketing, companies pay you a couple different ways. They either pay you a lot up front and very little at on the back, or they pay you big at the back, a little in the front. You know, there's all different ways that companies can pay you. I want to tell you why I like send out cards. Because the retention is so big, and once people start sending, they start receiving what cards do. They don't stop. When you set people up on accounts, you get paid off of every card and gift that they send for life, okay? For life. And then as their cards go out, their friends get the card and say, how did you do this? And then now that's how your network grows, okay? How did you do this? How did you do this? I want to send these. Oh my gosh, this is awesome. Teach me how you sent this card. And it just keeps unfolding. Well, every one of those people are units of distribution. It's no different than a soda machine or a hair salon or a kiosk in the mall or a franchise. They're units that produce income that pay you money back in return. This continues to unfold. It's an unsaturated section, and it's the most used product by people in the industry. So what that means is many network marketing companies, distributors, and affiliates are using this service to build their relationships and stay in touch with their team and their customers, okay? So it's like a win-win. Majority of my paycheck is residual income. The money that is paying over and over and over from the usage of people that are already on the service. Okay, so that's another reason why I love send out cards. Also, when I die, people don't stop sending cards. My daughter is already sending cards. She understands how to send cards. She trains her friends how to send cards. She knows what to put on the cards. So in essence, she could step right in my shoes and take over doing what it is that I do. She just doesn't understand it yet because she's still so young, but she will one day. And when I die, people don't stop sending cards. I know I keep saying that, but that's a big deal. Why do you work so hard? Do you work so hard so that when you die, your money stops and your family has nothing there to continue to pay them on? We live in a time where we don't get 401ks and IRAs and stock options anymore. It's up to us to create it for us. In order to be an affiliate or a referral partner or a distributor, which means just to get paid to refer it to others, it's only $59 a year. $59 one time for the year to be able to refer this to other people, which means send them cards. touch them with kindness. When they say, oh my gosh, how did you do this? Oh my gosh, I love that card. You get to say to them, let me show you how I made it. You'll never in a million years believe how that got to you. And they say, how? And it works just like that. All right, I hope that you enjoyed all my little tips and reasons on why I love send out cards.